to Marvel Live at Comic-Con 2015, brought to you by Marvel Future Fight from Netmarble. I'm Ryan Panagos, aka Marvel's Agent M.
And I'm Tamara Krinsky, Marvel's West Coast correspondent.
And we are joined by...
I'm Matt Ellison, producer for TT Games on LEGO Marvel's Avengers.
And I'm Arthur Parsons, game director at TT Games on LEGO Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah! Woo! Guys, super excited. The crowd here is buzzing because the game is on the floor. Have you been watching fans play at all?
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, the reaction's been great, and we've had people of all ages playing it. We've seen some very, very young people. Apparently there's someone...
How young, actually? How young does it go?
Apparently there was someone in a stroller playing it yesterday, so that's pretty young.
That's how you start.
Do you know my favourite ones, though? Is like when the mums and dads don't want to be there, and then after like 15, 20 minutes, the kids have gone to play with Lego, and the mums and dads are there playing. It's like, they're the best ones.
Yeah. That's what I love about the game, because you could be like a hardcore gamer and love the Lego games that you guys make. You could be someone who doesn't play video games. Like my wife, I think the only games we've played over the last couple of years have been Lego Lord of the Rings games, Lego Marvel games, and Diablo 3. Like, she loves Diablo and Lego games. That's her jam.
Okay, maybe that's one to note down for the future,
Yeah.
right?
So maybe Lego Diablo? Just throwing that out there. I would be into that. From what you've seen, what character list do we have available to play here, and what have you seen people flocking to?
Well, this game is a celebration of all things Avengers. So yeah, the main sort of cool ones that are coming up are the ones that we've just sort of have from the film. So like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, Vision, and all these characters. We're really excited to have these characters in the game. I haven't seen many people cosplaying as these characters yet, but I'm keeping a lookout. I think I've seen maybe a couple of Scarlet Witches.
I've seen a bunch of movie Scarlet Witches. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can't say who it is I've seen cosplaying, but I've seen a fair few that are going to be characters in the game. So it's really good seeing all these characters, like people wandering around, knowing that these characters are going to eventually be revealed, because that's obviously super cool.
Along those lines,
but yeah,
we've
today
actually...
we're sort of like, we've got a panel tomorrow, which is going to be great at 4:15 tomorrow, and in that we're showing a load of cool stuff with like suit-up transformations for Tony Stark, so where he can transform into all the different Iron Man suits.
That's cool.
Some gameplay for Quicksilver, some Vision stuff, and then some top secret, super secret stuff, which is like really exciting.
Yeah, so you'll have to make sure you send me a note about everything revealed, so we can make sure to talk about it here on the live stream.
Yeah, we want to make sure everyone can see this stuff.
For sure.
Well, along those lines, and I don't know if you can reveal this, we're already starting to get questions on Twitter. Hi, Arthur and Matt. What role does Loki Lego play in new Marvel's Avengers, from Ginny Balfour?
Well, obviously Loki's super important in the game, bearing in mind that we're Avengers Age of Ultron, and then a load of other content we've not revealed. So Loki's definitely there for the first Avengers. May well possibly pop up elsewhere.
You never know.
Who knows? We'll see at some point, but very, very much an integral character in the game.
He's kind of tricky. He has a habit of mucking up things.
And Miles S. Ward wants to know from both of you, what is your favorite scene in the Marvel's Avengers movie?
Well, from the first one, I think where Hulk punches the Leviathan and stops it. That's so cool.
So good.
We've already sort of shown how we've recreated that in the game, and it just looks amazing. And as it's a Lego game, we're able to put a little bit of a twist on these things. So where we have him sort of punch it and stop it in that sort of really cool, theatrical, amazing scene, we're able to then have Hulk stop, take a selfie, and then carry on punching the Leviathan. And stuff like that's just amazing for us to be able to do in the games.
I gift the hell out of that in the first trailer. Like, the first trailer popped, and I was like, all right, I need that as a gift, because that's just the way I communicate.
As the gift meister, I know. Yeah, you have more gifts than anyone I know on the planet.
It's true. Arthur, what about you?
For me, at the minute we're working back in the office. We're working on the Hulkbuster Hulk fight in Johannesburg from Age of Ultron, which is, for me, it's kind of cool because it's something we've not done. You think of that and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to play Tony and then into the Hulkbuster. Obviously, Lego games are all about two-player. What would the second player be? So we're trying something new there, and the second player will actually end up being Veronica, believe it or not. So we're trying a new twist on the gameplay there. So I'm really excited about how that's going forward. But every kind of key scene that we do, you just think, how's this going to turn out? How's it going to like be in the game? And then the guys in the office, the team, just they kind of blow me away each time. Quicksilver's gameplay. I didn't know exactly what they were doing based on what we'd asked, and when I saw it before we came out, it was like, yeah, that's really good. We're showing some of that stuff at the panel, and it's really great stuff.
Without a doubt, going to be the best speedster you'll play in any video game.
Yes.
Wait, anything else coming in?
Yeah,
okay.
Omer Shalom wants to know, will we get to play with characters other than the Avengers?
Well, yeah. Here's the thing, okay? So Lego Marvel Avengers is a celebration of everything Avengers. What we're doing with the game is, people have said, Lego Marvel Superheroes had such a big cast, it was such an amazing game. How are you going to top the cast? And it was like, well, it's easy, we'll put more characters in. So, what we're doing is we're going to have returning favourites, but then we're going to have well over 100 new characters that didn't feature in that game.
How? How? How do you put so many characters in these games?
Wait,
Speaking of that, Marvel's Ant-Man. Marvel's Ant-Man wants to know, how difficult was it to create, and how much time did it take to create the Avengers game?
Well, we're still creating.
Yeah, we're still going, and we'll be sort of making sure that it's absolutely perfect. And especially with the Age of Ultron stuff, and there's so much new cool things, new characters, new abilities. We're just going to be absolutely pushing that to be as amazing as everyone wants it to be, and it will be.
Well, people cannot wait, because Daniel Fugate wants to know, when are we going to see the next Lego Marvel game trailer?
Oh, that's an interesting one. It's one of those things that we kind of work on, trying to figure out when we want to release a trailer, when the time's right, what we're doing, and how it ties in.
That brings up a question for me. I mean, did you guys ever think that, this industry would get to a point where simply the release of a trailer for a game becomes an event unto itself?
Well, you know what? And this is testament to the people that play the Lego games. We get questions all the time on Twitter and on Instagram, on Facebook, and they come in and people just want news. They every day. They what Iron Man suits are in it, what characters are in it, what moves do they have? Can characters jump around? Have you got free roam? And I think there's just an appetite for news, because the fans out there love playing these games. We love making them, and it's really nice to have that synergy between us. So I can understand why people want to see stuff, because they want to play the game now. It's like make this game faster. Get back to the office, Arthur. Go on, Matt. Go. Get those wheels moving quicker.
I think it's interesting, because there are people who follow every single day, every bit of news for everything, but then they're always annoyed when they see the same thing sort of talked about. But then there are the people who have no clue, who come in and get those news. So there's always someone's first time learning about something, experience something. You can take that in any way. You can take that from the news about the game to the game, the characters themselves. So it's kind of amazing that we have that kind of all those levels of passion, and we're able to feed all of them. But going back to what we were talking about with how long it took to make the game, you guys are like, I think behind the scenes, I don't know if everybody knows, there are multiple teams at TT. There is, I would imagine, never a time when someone is not making something amazing on your squad, and it's like the way I picture it is like rotating groups of just brilliant people making these games. How many teams are working at once on different games?
At the minute, we actually have 4 teams. And like you say, we have a lot of brilliant people. And one of my favourite things about game development is when I get to come away to somewhere like Comic-Con, I'm kind of out of the loop for a week, and then when I get back, it's just like so much happens in a week, believe it or not. And I'll go back, and like the animators will have done a whole load of crazy new stuff, and the artists will have fleshed out a couple of levels. There'll be a whole load of new vehicles, and the character guys there'll be a whole load of new characters to look at and approve, and it's so exciting. We move so quickly, and the team is brilliant. Ultimately, Matt and I are here talking about it, but it's those guys back in the office that do all the work, and I love working with the people I work with. It's so good. If
this is what, we have a lot of kids watching, if this is what somebody says, I want to do this for my life, what suggestion do you have? What should they study? What should they do? What should they play? How do you get to do this for a living?
It's a very difficult question because the industry is so changing so quickly, but there are loads of different parts that make a video game. So it depends what you're interested in. You have your coders, programmers, you've got designers, like I'm a producer, you've got audio guys, animators. There's so many different things. There's something for everyone.
Be a designer.
Yeah, slightly biased. But yeah, there's all sorts of things, and even marketing and sort of all that sort of stuff. There's so many different facets that go into making a game.
Yeah.
There's something there for everyone.
The one overriding thing is, believe it or not, work hard.
Yeah.
You know, when you're at school, even if you're no good at math, work hard at it. Even if you're no good at art, work hard at it. If you're no good at like literature and literacy, work hard at it, because the more you work hard at school, it will pay off. You know, I try and do like careers things and lectures, and just to tell people, you know, mainly parents, it's a real job. And then to go and tell the kids, it's like, you know what, yeah, play your video games, but work out like why they're good, why they're bad, and go to school working hard, because we need lots more people in the industry. You know, this is an industry that grows. You know, years and years ago, we made video games with like 6-7 people, and now, you know, Lego Marvel's Avengers, we've got probably 150 people.
Amazing.
And that's without the test department. So work hard at school. Just, you know, really kill it at school.
Yeah. But before we have to wrap up, before we do, I have a self-serving note that we did a special episode of This Week in Marvel at E3. You were on that podcast with us.
Yep.
We actually have a lot of discussions between Arthur with the Marvel Games people about getting into the industry. So if you are curious about that stuff, the podcast is called This Week in Marvel. We did an E3 episode a couple weeks ago. Check that out. But for now, where can fans find you guys on social media, Twitter, and learn about the game?
I'm on Twitter at EL150N.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Arthur_Parsons. Hit me up, suggest stuff, tell me what's great, tell me what you want to see.
And at Lego Marvel Game?
At Lego Marvel Game, yeah,
Yes.
for all the latest news.
Yes. Very
Awesome.
cool. Thank you guys.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned. Much more to come from Comic-Con.